Hey, Doc, do you think Ben Simmons can still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become?
Yeah, David, I don't know that question or the answer to that right now.
I've been around a long time. Trust that.
I've never had a problem owning what I say.
Okay,
Ever.
So now,
Well, it's easy to use me as an example, but I wish y'all would tell the whole story with me, all right? My Orlando team was the 8th seed. No one gives me credit for getting up against the Pistons who won the title.
We're not gonna go on the Paul Reed victory tour, so don't start. We're trying to win a world championship, man.
Like, it's funny. When we were undermanned and we won a couple games and we had close games that we lost, I didn't hear that in reverse. This is the NBA, Keith.
Let me clarify this one more time for everybody who struggles with this. When there's a small lineup, I'm gonna say it slow so we can all pick it up.
Paul George recently made the claim that he struggled playing in your system because you played him like Ray Allen or JJ Redick and mostly pin downs. What's your reaction to that notion?
Well, that's just Paul's opinion. I enjoy coaching Paul. I think if you go back and look at the stats, Paul played in more pick and rolls this last year than he ever did in his entire career. So I don't know how that's possible. And I wouldn't mind playing like Ray Allen if I was a player. I think Ray Allen was pretty special.
It seemed like you getting kind of like emotional.
No, not at all. I'm just miffed by the question. It tells me, like, clearly you didn't play enough. You gotta understand that.
they're saying he left upset.
Can you give me Dave's name?
Michael Eaves.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Because he used to do pregame and postgame.
You just said.
Last question.
Yeah, I want to watch the tape or burn the tape. I'm not sure which one. I'll probably watch it because I have to, and then I'll burn it.
The team was second in the league, I think, in scoring. Scoring wasn't a problem, it was winning.
Clearly, we have to improve.
I would like to call him an idiot, but I'm too classy for that.
No, I'm going to finish.
Okay, sure.
I'm in charge here. I'm going to finish,
Okay.
all right?
Go ahead.
Have you ever done things to prepare yourself to better communicate with this younger generation of Gen Z and young millennials? Have you read any books about it? Like any studied things, like things like that?
I've done therapy. I've met with I met with a guy the other day, a great, connector of people. He has books out. I love coaching. I don't worry about my job, Howard. I think I do a terrific job, and if you don't, then you should write it.
Do you understand that? We have a whole coaching staff who, I'm just going to guess, knows a little bit more.
I'm just asking if Paul had gotten more minutes earlier in the season.
He would be on the All-Star team. Okay.
My point is, Keith, it's a dumbass question to me.
Results-based business. And that's
It
why
is,
I
but
asked.
you don't do it every year. Every time you're wrong, should you lose your job? No. So it's the same thing, all right? I'm built that way. That's what coaches have to do. This is a different media now. I dare you to go back and look at that roster, and you would say, what a hell of a coaching job. Really? I worked my butt off to get this team here. When I first got here, no one picked us to be anywhere. I know what I did all year. Who do you think defended Ben more? But you guys keep this Ben Simmons narrative alive, which to me is freaking insane, how good this guy is and all the things he does. Ben is not a 40-point guy. It's not what he does. He does other things for your team.
To a fault.
Yeah, well, in your opinion, not mine. Ben scores, but Ben creates scoring for us. That's what he does.
In fairness, I never brought up his scoring. That was not what I...
No, but I'm just saying in general.
As a point guard, Doc, he was put on the line. He could have made more free throws, and many
He could have, but he didn't. But he still does other things. He split them all. Analytic, I'll take that. Obviously, I want him to make more. Ben's not an 80% free throw shoot.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
listen, you guys keep the Ben narrative going. We're just going to keep playing.
But you don't see that. I do.
The Clipper team that we lost 3-1. Chris Paul didn't play in the first two games and was playing on one leg. And we didn't have home court.
I guess not to hammer on the free throw thing, but how much is confidence, and is there anything you can do here through this playoff run to get him more confident for this stretch?
Just keep working on him. I think he will. I didn't think he was scared of the moment. He just didn't make them. So Again, with Ben, we're going to keep him on the floor. Unless you guys want us to bench him the whole game. If anybody wants us to do that, just let me know. And then I'll know you don't know basketball.
A few moments later.
Speaking of the offense, Ben only took 4 shots, and then he passed up a dunk late. Is there anything that you have to talk to him about, or is that just nerves, or what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. The last one, to me, is the one we blew. That's the one I said, we blew that. Now, it was in the bubble, and anything can happen in the bubble. There's no home court. Game 7 would have been in L.A. So what I'm saying now is, I don't care. We won the game. I don't know. Would you ask Pop that question? No, you wouldn't. So don't ask me that question. I've earned that. As far as expectation, I will say I thought we increased expectations. I read Keith's article before the year started. I think you had a 7th, 6, So, no, really, there's a lot of good things that we can take out of the year. The bad thing is we're not going to be the winner. There's only going to be one of those, by the way.
Second year in a row where your teams have been in good spots in the second round and it's not gone your way. Is there an element, of self-reflection that has to be done in that? And, what are the lessons to be learned for you? That we lost and we want to win. I didn't read it. I was just guessing. But no, listen, if it was the same team, Austin, I would actually justify that question. But since it's 2 different teams, this team last year got swept in the first round. We had a chance to go to the championship, to the Eastern Finals. I'm not going to make this into a negative year. Yeah, I'll do that later, Keith. I'm not going to do that after a game. That one comment thing had nothing to do with why Ben wanted to leave, all right? Let me just say that. It was a lot of things that's been told me and publicly now that happened long before I got there. The point was he was already leaving. And if I could do it over again, I would have said it differently, but the same way. I can't tell you exactly what they was saying. I was probably on the 3rd hole trying to make a putt in the middle of the summer, if you want me to be honest. But as far as accountability, it is on the players, but it has to start somewhere, and it has to start with the coaching staff. It's a big word, it's a word that if you don't do it, you're not gonna win.